Hello everyone, this is Barbara Iris Elsu of Parental World Knowledge. I want to welcome everyone. We're going to be doing some more watercolor painting. I hope that you have your canvas pad. Get this in an art supply store. I hope you have your watercolor paints. They're non-toxic. They come in a palette. Normally there's not white, so you need a liquid white. You need an artist sponge. You need an artist paintbrushes, and they should be several sizes, small to large. You need also an artist eraser for when you do your line drawing so that you can erase if there's any mistakes and not have to do more layering to cover pencil marks. And you need color pencils, and they don't have to be from an art supply store, or could be. But I know I bought a wonderful kit of colored pencils, and it was only $25 for the entire set, and it had watercolor paints, 2 sets inside, and then it had oil crayons, so that was a tremendous set. And I mean, it has 50 different color pencils within it, so it had every single color you need. So that's a great bargain. So not necessarily, I got this online, not necessarily the art supply store is going to have that. So I would, look to see what you can for online. And like I said, it does not have to be from an art supply store. You can get quality pencils as long as they're non-toxic, and this was a non-toxic set. And you need a prop if you don't have a live person, and just please don't copy the prop, because if you want to do a jury show, if you do exactly, it's going to ask you, are you copying, and you having to say yes, I'm copying, so you'd be disqualified. So try to vary whatever you're drawing from the prop. And if you can't draw, whether it be from a prop, doing a line drawing, and a line drawing is just the outline. So you're doing an apple, so you're just doing the outline of the apple, and then the leaves, and then the stem. You can paint everything else in on the, if you're doing still life or whatever you're doing. But if you can't draw, I would use a computer printout, and it is acceptable in jury shows. And the computer printout, you just need a good quality paper, and you need to just paint right over whatever that computer printout is. So it's acceptable, and you can even, if you needed to sell the work, I mean, it's able to be accepted. So that's great. All right, and so let's begin. And I just hope that you have a line drawing. If you don't, or if you have a computer printout, whatever you have, but make sure it's something you want to draw and paint. Make sure that it's something you really like. And if it isn't, then don't do it. You have to really like or love whatever you're going to be painting. All right, don't do just what I'm doing, because you want to follow me. Please do what you decide to do. Now I'm painting my late father's portrait, and like I said, I have in earlier shows, and if you heard, but I have not painted portraiture since I was a child, and I'm just doing this out of love for my late father. But I am not a portraiture painter, and I don't claim to be. So this is like all new to me, and that's it. So I'm just going to be optimistic and enjoy. And that's what I tell you. Just be optimistic and enjoy. Honey, my puppy's trying to kiss me a lot here. Okay, Platinums. Thank you. And I'm trying to do my work, honey. Thank you. Thank you for the icky wickies. That's what I called him. Because he's kissing me nonstop. I've never had a puppy be so affectionate. God bless him. This is really unbelievable. I'll just put this down. Excuse me. You always do light colors first, then the dark. This way I won't bleed into your other colors. Thank you, honey. Blushing was still giving me little kisses here. And I'm doing this from memory. I am not using a picture, and the thing is, if you did use a picture, you've got to change that too, just like a prop. You know, you can't be copying from the picture. So. You use very little water, more paint. If you need to mix with the white, you put the white down, but you don't need to put water for the white, but then you need to put water, not too much, for your palettes that you're going to be using that are dry. And just remember, don't keep putting wet paint on. You need to move to another area until it dries. And my father wasn't dark skinned, but he was very tan before he passed away. And this is the picture in my mind. He had a great tan. He wasn't able to go out very much, but he just, he was injured, so he couldn't. But he would just go up his shave, just got the sun. He loved to get the sun. Usually could go out, but he wasn't up to that. So he just went to a hospital to get treatment. He was injured, but he loved just getting that nice, not too much, but a little bit of sun every day. Just from that, he got the nice tan. And he was almost 96, I've said earlier. And he did not look 96. He didn't have wrinkles on his body, and he didn't have wrinkles on his face. God bless. Amazing man. Veteran. Wonderful father. Wonderful grandfather. All his grandchildren equally. All his children equally. And you need to do at least several layers or more, depending on what you're doing. I did 12 buildings, the last painting, and I had to do 10 layers. So it depends, what you're painting. If you need more detail, then you're going to have to do more layers. That would determine it. You can always mix your paints on the palette that comes with the watercolor if you don't have another palette. The great thing about my dad, he always smiled, so I remember no matter how he felt, he still gave a smile. God bless him. And it was interesting. The card he gave me before he passed on said, "Be happy." I needed to hear that. Because to lose him, I was so unhappy. And I just kept looking at that card that he gave me. A big B, not a B like a flying bee, but a big B, my letter, of my first name is Barbara. So he gave me a big B, and it was a woven natural fabric. And then it had happy right after that. I just like that. I like that so much. It cheered me up seeing, the card that he sent me. And, I wasn't sad because he wanted me to be happy, and he made that message before he left. Just always be happy. Be, the way I've always been, not to forget to be happy. I lost my mother prior to my father, so it wasn't easy. We were very close. And I guess, getting on in his age, he wanted to be sure that I was going to be happy. God forbid anything happens to him. He just wanted to be sure. So I think that's why he gave me that card. And I always was a happy person, but seeing that card after he left this world, I wasn't happy. Seeing that card, it made me, like I said, be myself again. You know, my father received the Distinguished Award from our town for military service. That's very nice. And he did run, I've mentioned this before, the entire hospital in Europe by himself. And they sent him to medical school prior to running the hospital because they felt he was such a brilliant person, and so he was selected to run the entire hospital after he completed his education, which is quite remarkable. He never had no prior medical training. And he even met President Eisenhower. He wasn't president then. He was general. And got to speak to him. He was so honored. The only Republican he voted for ever was Eisenhower. And he was so thrilled to meet him prior as a general. Eisenhower was so nice to him too. It was raining most of the day in West Orange, New Jersey. Finally, the sun came out a little bit just now. My puppy didn't want to come in, but he did come in finally. Sorry if it was a little delay, but getting on. I just came at 5, and then I couldn't get right on with Google Hangouts. But it was better today than yesterday. How I got my puppy, and I said, "Cookie, cookie, mommy's cookie." I made some cookies. They ran like anything. That's all it takes. He really didn't want to come in, though. It took a little bit of time because he was enjoying the sun just came up. But finally, he gave way for the cookie. He had a nice vanilla cookie. The puppy must be sleeping. He's so quiet. He kissed me, and then he just went back to sleep. Oh, doll. He ran around so much. He's tired. I always want him to come on, but he just is so active outside that he always seems to get tired at this time. Much more active than he used to be. This is great. I'm just thrilled, but I just wish he would be able to be on the show. He's sound asleep. You know, he's this quiet. Definitely. There he is. He's somewhere underneath me here. Oh, poor baby. Well, there's all these dogs outside around us, next door on both sides. Across the street, they have another dog that visits every day. And there's two more behind us. So he has a ball talking to all these dogs, and then one down the street. So he gets excited with them all. And then the children on the street, there's so many children. Oh my gosh. He has such a ball talking to the children. He barks. He's a lot quieter now than he used to be. He got more excited before. Now he's calming down after a year. He's a puppy, he's learning to be quieter, more behaved. We had two children on the street. They wanted to pet the puppy, and they always were a little scared, but they loved the puppy, so they wanted to always see him. And they could say his name, Platinos. But now they finally did the other day. I told him to pet behind his ears. He loves that. And this way they did try. I didn't say anything before because I could see that they wanted to see the dog, but they were scared. So I didn't ask them to do it then. I just felt if you're scared, you really need to wait until they were brave enough. And now they're brave enough. I mean, one is only one, and the other little boy is almost 3. So I didn't push it. Can't push. When the child's ready, then I'll pet. It's interesting. The mom was trying to encourage, say, go ahead, don't be afraid. But I feel the pet expert, you just don't push a child. But when they're ready, they're ready. And I could see they were ready, so I said, where to do it. And I held Platinos, in my arms. I didn't want them to be scared. They weren't. They were perfect. These are young kids. They can have a love for pets early on. So if you find it in your heart to adopt a pet, go to your local shelter. There's so many wonderful pets out there. And they need a place because unfortunately they put the dogs to sleep if not. So please, find it in your heart. If you have enough patience and tolerance, remember a puppy is going to be even more to do than having a child. They get sick. There's different things with a puppy. I mean, you obviously you don't usually put a diaper on, although some people do put a diaper on, but you have to walk the dog, clean up after the dog. It's not always easy, but it's such a joy. So much love. And I just met somebody that has a dog, and you see, we share the same thing, the love for the puppy and the dogs, you know? And let's face it, you didn't have the love, I've got this dog, I'm not getting rid of him, so, that person has to that I date like a puppy or dog. Obviously, it's a big thing. I'm not getting rid of my dog. And some women or men could ask you to do that. And that is a very hard thing to do. I personally wouldn't do it. But if I couldn't have my dog still, it wouldn't be a relationship. I've always loved having a dog, and I've had dogs all my life, so a little hard to change. And plus, I train dogs. If anybody needs training for their dog, I've helped dogs as much as 3 years old break out of a very bad habit of not being potty trained. And that's a big thing for a 3-year-old. My gosh. And also didn't seem to like dogs. And I got the dog to behave. Not that he was scared, but he just did not like other dogs. And my dog was very friendly to him. He tried to hump my dog. He doesn't, he's a male and my dog's a male. Oh, God, there definitely was something wrong there. And I got him to stop. A lot of aggression. In 1 week, big change. If I can do that, and I still make the joke. I said the joke that it was a terrier dog. I said, holy terrier, terror. He definitely was. Oh my gosh, what a dog. Too much. And he even, oh my gosh, he was banging my door Oh my gosh, we had him in the room with my son to keep him awake because I had my dog in my room. And he was banging the door to get out to go to my dog. And oh my gosh, all night long, boom, boom. He didn't even sleep, this dog. This dog was a dog that just liked to stay up late at night. I don't know what was going on with this person, that had this dog. But oh my gosh, terrible. Hmm. Well, I just want to say a prayer, miraculous healing prayer of peace, good spirit, good health, good strength for everyone in this world. Amen. And God heals 100%. And especially, I'm still saying prayers for all those that have climate change and the horrible things that are happening. There's such devastation going on. There's flooding, and then homes are just blowing up. Oh my gosh. People thought they were safe by going up to the attic and waiting for people to save them, and no, it's not happening. That they're not safe. These homes are exploding. If it gets too wet and it gets in with the gas heater, it's going to blow. It's going to blow up. So, terrible, terrible fire that occurs, and these people are burnt almost alive. Thank God they lived through it, almost burnt to death. So it's happening. This is horrible. I'm saying a special prayer, for these people that are going through the climate change around our world. All these wonderful people. We shouldn't be having this happen. Pray for peace, good spirit, good health, good strength. Amen. And this was in Virginia. This was happening. It was just so horrible. We haven't had the heat like this. There's been about 90-degree days already, and it wasn't even into August. So it's been in West Orange, New Jersey, quite hot. Today was a little cooler, thank God. It was in the 70s. But it has just not been this weather. We've never had this kind of weather here. Very odd weather. unexpected. I wish everyone a good day or good night, depending on where you are in the world. Just going to finish up a little here. Layering this coat. Well, hello, Maggie. Maggie Karim said hi to me. She's a great artist and a very brilliant person. I appreciate that she tunes in. God bless her. She's a wonderful advocate of animals too. She just loves them, and she's always posting great pictures on Instagram. And I just love looking at those pictures. Well, I'm going to say good night. Bye now.